This is the Dallas Morning News.
Eat, Drink, DFW from the Dallas Morning News is made possible by Central Market.
Hello, and welcome to Eat, Drink, DFW, the podcast from the Dallas Morning News food team. Each week, we take a look at food and drink trends in North Texas, talk about restaurants in Dallas-Fort Worth, learn some new recipes, and sometimes even get tips from you, our listeners. I'm Julie Fisk, podcast producer for the Dallas Morning News, and this week, Evan Grant joins us to talk about the Texas Rangers and what you should definitely try on your next trip to the ballpark. We'll also dig into those Easter baskets and see what's worth stealing from the kids. That's all coming up right after this.
Central Market is really into food, like fish flown in so fresh it still has jet lag into food. Our sourdough starter has been around since grunge was a thing into food. We're talking more prime cuts than a greatest hits album into food. Central Market is really into food. If you are too, then we're the HQ for you, whether you're a make every recipe in the cookbook foodie or a my favorite recipe is reheat type who just digs the delectable. No place makes every day more delicious like Central Market. Really into food. Shop now at centralmarket.com.
For the latest food and restaurant news in Dallas-Fort Worth, visit dallasnews.com/food. Also, we'd love to hear from you, so email us at eatdrink@dallasnews.com. As usual, today I'm joined by our food writers, Sarah Blaskovich and Imelda Garcia, and we're also blessed with the presence of our favorite Rangers reporter, Evan Grant.
Yay, welcome.
He is the go-to guy for all of your Rangers coverage at the Dallas Morning News. And Evan, we are so glad you found time to chat with us.
Well, I'd rather chat about food than the Rangers bullpen right now, so I'm happy to be here.
We'll take it.
Well, we'll get to it, but if you follow DMN Food on Instagram, you know that Sarah and Evan were at the ballpark last week trying out the Rangers' new ballpark concession items. It's one of our favorite food and sports collaborations every year, and Sarah and Evan, I think you love it too.
I don't think I love it. I hate it, but I will do anything for Sarah, first of all, and it usually gets us a giant picture on the front page of some section in the paper where I look foolish, and all of my high school buddies back in Atlanta find it and use it as blackmail against me for the remainder of the year.
But Evan, why do you hate it? I mean, when you go to the stadium, you go and you eat a lot.
Yes, Imelda, but the problem that we can get into is that I really feel like the Rangers have maxed out the giant food items. I need to see more creativity and less giant monstrosities.
Whoa.
I also think that Evan says he borderline hates this assignment because I tell him to take a big, stupid bite of everything that we eat. And he complies, which is so wonderful.
I have no shame.
It wouldn't work, Evan, if you didn't have fun with it like this. But when he takes that big, stupid bite, there is a videographer, a photographer, and often maybe a social media person all there for that big bite. And one time it came back to haunt Evan, I think there was a 2-foot-long chicken tender that was a flesh-colored 2-foot-long chicken tender. Can we picture it?
No.
Okay.
Please don't, because it's obscene.
Evan took a big bite of it for the camera, and it was just as gross as it sounds. And that was the worst, right, Evan?
That was the worst. Although, I mean, this year's edition that included a falling mini bottle of Tabasco sauce off of my head was a close second. But that was the worst photo that did personal and emotional damage to me.
We all saw on Instagram this big sombrero with nachos. That's a legend, Evan.
I think it's like cultural appropriation because they call it a ninth inning rally sombrero, and it's in the shape of a cowboy hat. But
two different kinds of hats.
But rally sombrero is kind of a baseball jargon terminology, but the hat is definitely not a sombrero.
That's a great point.
So I had a little problem with that. Secondly, it is a deconstructed 9-layer dip in the brim of this hat. So they've got a giant tortilla shell. Last year, they had a giant tortilla, and I guess they had some left over of those tortillas.
Oh, no, don't say that.
No. Wow.
And so now they fried them up and put them on these molds that make the kind of the rim of the hat. And in addition, there's some chips in a little, what do you call that? Crease at the top of the hat. The crease at the top of the hat.
Yeah.
Is there a name for it?
I don't think there is. It's not like grommet for your shoelaces.
Are there words for where the tortilla chips go in a hat? You know, it is the most outrageous edible hat I've ever seen. And then Evan put it on, which is what everybody wanted him to do.
Of course.
And he said that if he got it situated on his head just so, it would drip nacho goo down his face.
Absolutely. Well, one of the problems with the thing is like you think you're getting these nachos, right? And it's a 9-layer dip. So there's nothing hot in there. And there's only a little bit of refried bean dips. There's nothing to like congeal everything together so that when you dip in a chip, you're only really getting one ingredient unless you hold different things on there.
If you are wearing that hat, which they don't recommend, by the way, they say don't wear the hat, but please do for me, wear the hat. But if you are sitting, please do not lean forward with this heavy sombrero on your head, because what will happen? 9-layer dip in the lap of the person in front of you. It could slide all right off onto a different person. I mean, it would be a nightmare.
This is the most Homer Simpson meal thing I've ever seen, but also it sounds like a horrible idea.
Well, I immediately got a Homer Simpson eating his edible hat meme from my boss, Tommy Mockelson. And listen, it was fun to walk around with the empty novelty hat. I don't think it's a great idea for food, but all I know is this. They made 120 of them on opening day. They sold out by the 3rd inning, which is why the Rangers didn't come back, because there were no 9th inning rally sombreros in the 9th inning.
Because they were all eaten in the 3rd. What a good fact.
I have a question. How much is it?
$39.99.
Well, it's not bad.
It can feed a family of 16.
Wow.
But some of those adults and children will get whole fistfuls of just shredded cheese, to Evan's
black
point.
olives.
And just black olives on a chip, which isn't what anybody's there for.
I don't like the black olive on my nacho.
It sounds like $40 for certain disappointment, and a dry cleaning bill.
And a memorable Instagram photo. I mean, and that is at every ballpark. That is what concessionaires are banking on, is the Instagram viral moment. And that's why 120 people snapped those things up as fast as they could on Friday.
Now, would you guys believe if I told you that there are 2 other hat-related food items this year at Texas Rangers games?
Why not?
I mean, we've already gone down this path, right? Okay, so we have the incredible edible sombrero. We have a human-sized batting helmet full of, ready? 12 chicken tenders and 2 pounds of fries.
Wow.
Have you ever eaten fries at a ballpark?
No, it's not the thing I get.
Because the fries are, they're mass produced. They're going to come out. They're not piping hot. They're going to lose some of their crispiness. It just doesn't really work. And that's why you, as a fry connoisseur, have not had fries at a ballpark.
Yes. Also, how many individual fries are in 2 pounds of fries? These are hundreds or maybe thousands of fries. I don't know. I'm not a good guesser on that. And then 12 chicken tenders all in a helmet. So I think you just get the one helmet and you take your whole group and you pass the helmet back and forth. I mean, efficient, yes. Desired, no.
And not something you can wear, right?
Wouldn't put it on afterwards.
Okay.
You can take it home, wash it out, and put it on.
Or get grease all over your hair.
Yeah.
Right? Ugh. Okay, and then the third hat-related thing, and you guys, I don't hate this one, is what they're calling a churro helmet sundae. So it's a littler helmet. You know those upside-down plastic helmets that kids get ice cream in at ballparks?
Yes.
So cute, right? They have an upside-down helmet. This one happens to be that baby blue Rangers color, which is fun when they wear those. And so little bitty hat with scoops of Bluebell ice cream and warm churros on top. And then some hot fudge or some other sundae-like toppings.
And the only twist there on what kids have been getting at ballparks for years is that they've added a churro in there, and it makes it nice, and it goes with some of the themes that the Rangers are leaning into this year, much more trying to lean into Hispanic culture and the Tejano type culture.
I like churros.
Yeah, this is the first thing I would want to eat. Yeah. Everything else sounds ridiculous.
Okay, let me ask you guys about a couple more things then, and give me the yeses or the nos, okay?
Okay.
Steak nachos.
Yes.
Topped with white queso with Nolan Ryan beef tenderloin and pico salsa and sour cream.
I'd eat that out of a hat.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
How about this one? 5 gold stars for the name. The Pig Kahuna.
The what?
It is a teriyaki glazed pork patty topped with peanut butter sauce and a grilled pineapple ring on a bun.
I would eat that.
Wow.
It sounds weird, but I would eat it.
Imelda?
I don't know. It sounds like it's too sweet for me.
Yeah, Evan did eat it. So tell us what you thought.
Well, first of all, I think peanut butter on any sandwich, right, is the most polarizing element. Because people either make a face or they're all over it. But once you bite in, the peanut butter added a nice, nutty, almost umami flavor balance to the teriyaki. It is sweet, Imelda. I will say that. Yeah. The only problem I have with this is it's kind of got this Hawaiian element. And there's not a player that's from Hawaii. We don't have any Asian players on this club. So I don't know what the connection is. It just seems a little bit random. And that's the biggest issue I had with it. But I think it tastes good. The one great thing about this, Julie, is the Rangers are really leaning into getting you to order at your seat and have the food delivered to you at your seat. This item is only available through in-seat ordering.
I like that.
I think Evan questioning why this pig kahuna is on the menu is a good one, because after he and I have done this for a decade or so, maybe more, and watched really just the Rangers come up with almost everything you could possibly think of, we are right to ask why. Like, why this? Why now? Why when you could just get a hot dog?
Yeah.
Well, and so many of their big food items have been from the one that was the absolute home run, the boomstick, which was the Nelson Cruz themed 2-foot long hot dog that they made their whole marketing shtick on for almost a decade, to the Chumongous, which was another take on that, but it had kimchi on it for Sin Chu Chu. And they did something for Derek Holland and so forth and so on. They tried something for Josh Hamilton that was called the Hambino. I always thought they needed to have a Cuban sandwich in honor of Adolis Garcia, but they never did.
It's possible, Evan, that they're not asking you before they create these concessions items, and I don't know why.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Okay, I have one more yes or no. Would you eat a hot dog deep fried like a piece of chicken, topped with country gravy on a biscuit, and served open-faced?
No, I'm not spending my money on that.
Julie's making like a ugh face.
I mean, I love biscuits and gravy, but you don't have to tart it up like that. And don't do that to a hot dog. That's a little offensive.
I don't think this hot dog wants to have that happen to him.
No.
Yeah. See that? I'm showing Imelda a picture. It's 2 Franks that have been deep fried for no good reason and just smothered with Southern stuff.
I will eat it. Yes.
You would?
Yes, with some salsa. Yeah, that is good. You know?
And cream gravy? That's quite the mixture.
Yeah.
Imelda.
Yeah.
It's good.
Well, it's no different than like Texas Pete, and you got to put Texas Pete on your country fried steak.
I don't know. It looks weird, but
Wait, tell us what Texas Pete is.
Texas Pete, the hot sauce.
Yeah.
The brand.
The brand,
Oh, I
yes.
thought this was like a whole corner of biscuits and gravy that I didn't know about.
so do they do like a call out for new food or?
Chef Chris out at the ballpark, who works for Delaware North, the concessionaire, is basically in charge of coming up with some new food items. But it's a collaborative effort, and Delaware North is the food concessionaire at a number of stadiums, and so I'm sure there's a lot of corporate discussion. And also it gets into the corporate world is what can we make big and cheap?
Well, and also there's some logistical things that I find really interesting, like who will make a paper hot dog suitcase that's 2 feet long to hold the boomstick? So then they have to have a company that does that.
Or a paper, reinforced cardboard, giant hat that serves as a nacho chip holder.
Or who made the 26-inch diameter tortilla that was fried to put on that ridiculous hat?
Correct.
Like, they don't make these in-house. They have to find a purveyor that will make a tortilla so large that it can be a hat.
Yeah. And what about like the price of the things? Are they affordable or are they like crazy?
I find the prices to be typical in line with the ballpark. $40 for that hat. If you look at the amount of food you get, because you do get 2 giant scoops of guac and you do get the chips and all that, you price all that out, it's probably going to come close to that anywhere that you dine out.
Yeah, and the biscuits and gravy hot dog we were talking about is $10.99. The steak nachos, $23.99, which is pretty high, but also there's some fairly high-end steak products involved. The pig kahuna, $13.99.
I had in Baltimore last week, there's a famous deli in Baltimore, Atman's Deli, and they have a spot in the ballpark, and I got a corned beef Rachel, which is a corned beef sandwich with coleslaw and Russian dressing, coleslaw subbing for sauerkraut. That was $25. So,
Yeah.
I mean, you're going to pay hefty prices at the ballpark to get food, but it was at least a decent sandwich, and it didn't strain my sense of believability on what this food was.
Well, we do have some other food news to share. Across the street from the ballpark, in fact, there is a new Tex-Mex spot, Loma. Sarah, what do we need to know about that?
All right, the owner of Hurtado Barbecue has opened his first sit-down Tex-Mex restaurant. This is in the old Rangers ballpark, that big red brick structure still standing across the street from where the Rangers play today. Loma sells fajitas, margaritas, enchiladas, and more.
It's the second attempt, guys, for a Mexican restaurant in that new area that is part of the old ballpark. El Tiempo, which is from the people who originated Ninfas, was there and did not make it. And it was very similar menu. I like to think that it didn't make it there because Ninfa's and El Tiempo is from Houston, and there is no reason that a Houston-based operation should be in Arlington.
Agree. I mean, there's so much Astros feelings inside of an El Tiempo.
So and the fact that Brandon Hurtado, a local guy who has a connection with the Rangers, will operate this Tex-Mex restaurant, I think is a nice touch there.
Yeah, one note is it's a little bit upscale. So if you take people, this is kind of nice Tex-Mex. You might spend $20 on your margarita, and fajitas are quite good. I've eaten them, but a little bit pricey too. And that was very much on purpose, right? That you go into the ballpark and you eat kind of the casual stuff, or you eat a nicer Tex-Mex meal before or after outside.
We got more big news over in Dallas. Sarah, you reported that the Chuy's Tex-Mex restaurant that had been on McKinney Avenue at Knox Street for more than 30 years has been bulldozed.
What about the frogs? Are they safe?
So the frogs that moved over to Greenville Avenue are still on Greenville Avenue. Anybody listening who's not sure what these frogs are, there's large sculptures that had been associated with Chuy's for decades. The frogs are safe, Imelda. So this demolition on McKinney Avenue was expected, but that didn't make it any less shocking to drive past and see a block that's been in Dallas for decades is now reduced to a pile of bricks. And we got pictures of it as it was coming down. And gosh, that like hurts your heart. It was, like the big excavator with like its jaws full of what used to be the walls of Chuy's.
When they excavated, Sarah, did they strike like a pipeline and it started spurting out jalapeno ranch?
I love that question.
No, but in the movie version of this, absolutely.
So that's a pretty historic property right there and a very prominent corner. Do we know what's going in there?
We do. So Chuy's knew this day was coming, and they moved last year to Greenville Avenue, as we mentioned. So it had been on McKinney for over 30 years. It moved over to East Dallas, and that building just sat vacant. Now we know that there's going to be a new 12-story office building in place of where the old Chuy's was. And this is all part of a massive overhaul of Knox Street in Dallas. And there's a lot of big names and big money involved here. So it's a joint venture with significant backing from Michael Dell, who founded Dell Computers, and a fair amount of local dollars too. And if you take Knox over to the Katy Trail, there's that huge new hotel being built there with a half a dozen restaurants that are going to open underneath. There have been other buildings between Chuy's and the Katy Trail. So all of this is just part of a master plan new Knox.
Well, I think it's a bummer to see a Chuy's go, but oh God, I love their green chili rice. I mean, it's legendary for me. And the margaritas, oh my God.
The new Mexican martini is a fave of mine. It's so good and it's so potent.
It is.
Woo, you get to the bottom of that thing and you're like, uh-oh.
And then you go outside and dance with the Elvis that is in the patio.
Imelda, Elvis has left the building.
Is he not at the new one?
He's at the new one. He left the old building and he moved to the new one.
He was safely transported.
Right.
Well, another restaurant closure that's been pulling at our heartstrings recently. And in fact, the female restaurant owner said, and I quote, "I just can't take it anymore."
That's right. This sad sentence was spoken by Lene Fearing, who closed Perch the day before Easter. Her restaurant on Inwood Road near Lovers was an Italian place with pizza, pasta, and cocktails. Now, she has two other successful restaurants that are very close by, Shinsei and Lovers Seafood. So when Lovers Seafood opened, she said it took time to earn a following, and so she gave Perch that same runway. She said, quote, "I just need to give it more time." And then more time passed, still not profitable, and she said, "It's time to go."
That's heartbreaking. It is such a cute place.
There have been so many restaurant closures, and one that's upcoming is really kind of getting to me is Sevy's is going to close its door in Preston Center after nearly 30 years, the end of June. We will get by there before Sevy's closes its door, but what Jim and Amy Severson did and the amount of love that they put into their food there and the touches, the personal touches they made for so many people there, it's that's one of those that's really going to tear at my heart.
So Imelda, cheer us up. You were on vacation last week. Did you do anything fun?
Yeah, I had some visitors from Costa Rica. Ooh. And they were eager to know Texas. So I took them to the whole triangle, Houston, San Antonio, Austin, and Dallas. And they were really excited about the food. And I was excited to, show our food and our barbecue and our best restaurants. And the whole thing they wanted to eat was Chick-fil-A, Raising Cane's, In-N-Out,
Oh my gosh,
High Hope, and Denny's. They even prepare themselves by watching a lot of TikTok videos. So they knew about this shout out that the employees at Buc-ee's say when they receive a new piece of brisket. fresh brisket on the board, and they were like doing that, screaming to me. And I was like, why do you know about that?
I just love that if we were to ask anybody in this room what out-of-towners want to eat in Texas, if they haven't been here before, I love that we would all be so wrong.
I know.
Would anybody have
Yeah.
said Chick-fil-A, In-N-Out, Buc-ee's, Denny's?
Marketing is a great thing.
It really
It's
is.
a great thing and a terrible thing all at once.
But you also think anytime if you do take a big trip out of the country, what do you eat when you come home? It's fast food.
Yes, I also think like when I went to California before In-N-Out was here, it was like, well, you got to try In-N-Out burger. This
Yeah.
is a novelty.
But it was a novelty to California. I mean, Chick-fil-A is everywhere in the States and plenty of places internationally. But this is my greatest fear when I travel internationally with my wife, is that we are somehow walking into that country's Subway.
Yeah.
Yeah, thinking it's the best Italian sandwich that Italy has to offer.
Right.
Well, anyway, I managed to take them to a good restaurant. So, for example, we ate in Houston. We ate at the 1-star Michelin Corkscrew Barbecue.
What did they think about that?
They loved it. It was their first meal here in Texas, and they were like, wow, this is good meat.
And I'm sure you ordered brisket, but did you do the whole thing? Get all the sides, you get the
The
brisket
whole
and the
thing.
turkey and the ribs and the...
Yeah, because, of course, on TikTok, they saw that the big thing in Texas was the meat.
Yeah.
So they wanted to try the meat. So we ate several times at Texas Roadhouse also, and they love their steaks.
Yeah.
A lot. And we ate also at the Boiling Crab, so they got to eat lobster and shrimp with their bare hands, and it was really fun. So I tried to mix the whole experience, I think they were happy.
What fun that sounds like. And I can't think of a better tour guide, than somebody who writes about food for the Dallas Morning News, showing them, the state you now live in.
Yeah, and the place that we visited the most was Buc-ee's. I'm glad to say they are fans of Buc-ee's.
The other thing I've learned is TikTok is king.
Yeah.
This is how we learn about other places, apparently.
Yeah, it's amazing. And Sarah, I learned that when I wasn't here, RFK came to town. What happened?
Yes, we always pause to ask ourselves whether our readers care when a famous person eats someplace in DFW. And I wrote about RFK's trip to Hutchins Barbecue in Trophy Club. And according to the page views, a lot of you cared. Now, RFK's whole thing is health, right? Which makes sense. He's the U.S. Secretary of Health and Human Services. So what do you guys think the single most important thing was to him when he ate barbecue?
Not to eat the breath.
Good guess, but that's not what he said.
All I can think is whole milk. Like he had to drink a giant glass of whole milk with it.
He didn't do that, which now I'm sad about.
Look, I don't care what he thinks. I think that if he went to Hutchins Barbecue and he didn't have some of those Texas torpedoes, the jalapenos that are stuffed with cheddar and fried with that bacon all around, then he's doing it wrong.
Yeah.
A photo showed him gazing longingly at the Texas Twinkies, which were in a smoker.
Texas Twinkies there.
Which were in a smoker that they opened up, for a photo shoot. But the single most important thing to him, ready?
Boom, 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 boom.
Protein.
Whoa, yeah, of course. Yeah.
The big thing he said was, I came for a protein-packed meal at this barbecue place.
Isn't that everything? I mean, it's all meat, right?
Yeah, it's all smoked meat. I'm speechless.
I thought it was going to be a bigger reveal, you guys.
I guess he didn't go for the mac and cheese.
We didn't see him with any mac and cheese. No, we did see him wear a black apron over a blue pinstriped suit. And then he sliced some brisket and went on his merry way.
So do we know if he ate the brisket?
I do not know, and it shouldn't shock anybody to hear they didn't invite me for the photo shoot.
Well, everybody can read more about that and RFK's adventures at dallasnews.com/food. So we're going to take a short break. And when we come back, it's time to dig into those Easter baskets and see what's good, because it's definitely not Peeps.
Central Market is really into food. Like when we say cheese, it's in 12 languages into food. Butchers, bakers, and sushi roll makers into food. We're talking so obsessive about quality you can shop blindfolded into food. Central Market is really into food. If you are too, then let us turn your shopping list into a treasure map. Get inspired, get adventurous, or just get a chef-made dinner when you've got more taste buds than time. No place makes every meal more amazing like Central Market. Really into food. Shop now at centralmarket.com.
Welcome back. Coming up, we have got literal bags of candy to bust into. But first, a quick reminder that you can always reach out to the Dallas Morning News food team at eatdrink@dallasnews.com. We love hearing your thoughts, and please take a minute to follow the podcast wherever you're listening. That way you won't miss any new episodes. So Easter was this past weekend, and that giant, frankly terrifying rabbit visited many homes in DFW. So Sarah, did the Easter Bunny visit your house? And if so, what did you steal from the baskets?
Yes, the bunny came, and I'll say stealing candy from my kids is one of the great perks of parenting.
Yes.
I particularly love the Reese's peanut butter cups shaped like eggs. Have you guys seen these?
Yes.
Oh,
Gosh.
yes.
Yeah, so they're just Reese's, but I can't explain why, but they taste better in an egg shape than they do in a circle
They
shape.
taste so good. I mean, that is my preference as well. I think that's a more popular candy, as they should be. They are so good. I also really love the jelly beans, specifically the Starburst ones. Oh my
Can I
gosh.
say that jelly beans used to be a lot worse?
Yeah, they were pointless before.
Oh my gosh, the like whatever brand, half of them,
Brock's?
yeah, maybe Brock's, half of them not that good.
No.
Now we had Jolly Rancher jelly beans this year and Starburst jelly beans, and did a family tasting to see which ones, like which individual flavors we liked more.
Okay, since we're talking the Reese's peanut butter eggs, do you like those better or the Cadbury eggs better?
Oh, that's hard.
Yeah, because I remember as a kid tasting a Cadbury egg for the first time, and it was just the most incredible thing I had ever experienced. And even though I don't think anything in there is actually food, like it seems essentially like you're eating plastic. But to this day, I still love them.
I think you guys have all missed the most obvious great Easter candy, which is a candy that really doesn't need to be changed in any way for Easter except painted. And that is the Malted Milk Ball Whoppers speckled eggs. Okay. There's a little paint, pastel paint on there, whatever. I'm sure it's edible. I'm sure it's not causing any health problems for me.
Ask RFK.
Yeah.
And when we were at Target picking up stuff for my 26-year-old daughter's Easter basket,
Oh.
they were completely sold out. So I know that my opinion matters here. I did not get any of these this year, and I am really bummed. Fortunately, we did not get any Peeps. Peeps are forbidden in our house.
I hate Peeps.
Why do you hate them? I mean, I think people don't hate them because there are a lot in the supermarket all the time.
That's a good point.
It's the texture. It's like marshmallowy, and I just don't like it.
But they are so cute.
Yeah, to look at, not to eat.
Peeps always end up in my house around this time of year just because I have littles. And another knock against the Peeps, in addition to them not tasting that good, is that they're so gooey on the inside.
Yeah.
Like if you give that to somebody under the age of 7, the Peep is then on your house.
Yeah.
Like it's on the couch or it's on the wall or it's on the door handle. And you're like, what happened?
And you remember there was a period of time where they had the chocolate covered Peeps, which was supposed to improve them, and it didn't. It was just chocolate covered garbage.
I am not very used to the Easter tradition of eggs and chocolate and everything, but I think one of the things that I saw this year was all these Dubai chocolate eggs, and they are amazing.
Can I just add one last thing here on
Yeah.
the whole Easter thing? This is also the week of Passover, and as a poor young Jewish boy, there was nothing worse than getting the Passover candies, which are limited, obviously, because you're not supposed to be eating flour or anything leavened. So we were basically entitled to eat these pre-gummy gummies that were shaped like fruit slices, down to the fact that they had like a little white stripe around the end to look like the rind. Who else gives you rind as part of a candy? And then the other sweets that we got to eat were coconut macaroons that were made with a consistency that made them taste like hardboard. So we always felt very deprived around Passover. I thought that I had a memory of chocolate pops that we would get at Passover, and there were chocolate pops. I always thought, or my remembrance of them was that they were shaped like the figures from Passover, like you would be eating chocolate Moses and you'd be eating chocolate Joshua. Fortunately, there was not. They were just shaped like little round lollipops, but they were chocolate lollipops. That was the salvation of Passover. So now that my wife celebrates Easter, it's much better to have the Easter candies folded in.
I feel really bad now. I'm glad that you're here because I do think we have some Easter candy to eat. So maybe we can,
Convert me?
Oh God.
my children are grown, so we really don't have candy around the house anymore. And honestly, I feel kind of sad saying that out loud, but I'm in a bunco club. So once a month we get together and we play these dice games. And one of the things that happens is we put put out big bowls of candy on the table while you're playing dice. And this is stuff that we would never eat at any point in time. But then you get so excited. Like we eat dinner, but nobody really cares about that. You're just going to check the bowls of candy to see what everybody's going to be eating. I pretty much won Bunko just because of this candy that I bought.
Wow, what did you serve?
Nerd clusters. Have you guys ever had this?
Of course.
Love those.
Delicious.
Talk about
Amazing.
garbage candy.
Yep.
Like I had never had it before, and then somebody had it somewhere, and I ate one, and I couldn't stop thinking about it.
So I'm not a Nerds historian, but I remember Nerds from my childhood. I don't remember Nerds gummy clusters. So this feels like a newer find than the OG Nerd.
I brought candy. Do you guys want to
Whoa.
eat some?
Yes.
Yes.
Now we're all going to be drooling on the microphones now.
These go triple platinum in my household.
Okay, well, you go first. You can grab one. And I'm so proud of you, Zakaria, for grabbing the gummy cluster. There was one that had like 3 clusters.
Oh, she got
in
the
it.
best one.
She got the big
Humongous.
one. Y'all pass that around.
Can I drop a little bit of knowledge on you that I just learned on Google while
Yes.
we eat these? Nerds gummy clusters were released in 2020.
Oh my gosh, so they're new.
They're brand new.
Here,
I mean,
Imelda,
you're a
get
new
in there.
school candy
They're
girl.
my favorite.
Okay, so y'all won't believe this, but I also brought a Nerds product that my kids have around, and they don't know that I took this from them. So maybe don't eat all these and we'll just put them back. But these are big, chewy Nerds. So in the Nerdsiverse, this is yet a different one. And so these are like, look at them. They look different than the gummy clusters, but they don't taste that much different. Just another way to take your money. We're going to pass these around. Love to know if you like the Nerds gummy clusters or the big chewy Nerds better.
So I love this reference to the Nerdiverse.
I just made it up.
Do these guys have a movie yet? Because the nerds are adorable.
Hey, that's a great point. Really?
cute.
Where's Pixar when you need it?
Seriously. Mm-hmm. Okay, I like this, but I like the other the other nerd gummy clusters better.
The Nerds gummy clusters have just the right texture because it's that crunchy nerd on the outside and then the gummy in the middle where you feel like you're getting all of the things.
Yes.
These big chewy Nerds are more Skittles-like in terms of what they're doing inside and out. Did you have one, Evan?
Oh, God, they are sour.
I think I should point out here too that as somebody who every time he goes into Central Market, our sponsor, he goes to the bulk candy aisle and may steal a little piece of candy here. So I did a little taste of their version of the Nerd clusters over the weekend, which is a genuine gummy bear coated with nerd-like structures.
So which one was better?
I think I'm going to go with the Central Market brand only because they were a little bit bigger.
So I need to sample that next time. So we call it sampling. And you could only take like 20 to 30 samples.
I hope my girl Betty didn't hear me.
When you said we can only sample 20 or 30, I thought this was back to the Bunko group. And I was getting deep delight out of, the gals, like cocktail in one hand, and then they get 4 here, and then they get 4 more, and then they do it again and again. Because that's how I would Bunko.
Oh, absolutely. That's exactly what happens. Lots of wine and candy.
I want to go to that group.
Yeah, me too.
My favorite candy, similar to the nerd clusters in texture, is the sour bright eggs from Trolli.
Oh, I haven't tried that.
Wait, are they egg shape?
They are egg shaped. They are so good. The outside shell is like hard, egg like, and then the inside, when you bite into it, it turns into like this jelly consistency. And the sour is not too sour, but the sweet is not too sweet. It's just perfect. It's the perfect blend.
Wait, I'm looking these up right now. I do not know these eggs. And the way that you described them was phenomenal.
How does the world learn about new candies like this? Like you just said, I had no idea that Nerds was making gummy clusters, and it came out in 2020.
Well, I mean, they just need to join your Bunko group. That's the best way to learn about anything.
Clearly.
It's the young people. My sister honestly turned me onto these candies. She just randomly had them one day, and now every time I get them or my sister gets them, my dad even wants some. Everybody just joins in. The whole family is hooked.
I feel like the perfect meld of stuff would be for Willy Wonka to bring the Nerds and the Swedish Fish Company to bring Swedish Fish and have that for Easter, and you could market it as Swedish Fish Row.
See, Evan, I feel like maybe you should have a side hustle of just coming up with weird food because
Consultant Evan Grant?
yes, because you had great ideas for the ballpark and now you got the candy ideas.
Am I the only one who thinks that Swedish fish get in your teeth too much?
Yes.
Yeah, I love them, but they need to have Nerds on the outside. Wouldn't that fix the gummy part?
Maybe this would be like dentist recommended candy.
Yeah, there we
Yeah.
go. Oh, also, Evan, can I join your consulted group?
So, Imelda, you normally are the person who is bringing in cool candy for us. Like, what is your favorite candy?
Yeah, I'm not that much into sweet stuff, but if you have something with chile, you got my heart. So my favorite candy is these lollipops that comes in a little bag with chili powder. Ooh. So when you lick the lollipop and you put it into the chili powder, you get the explosion of flavor in your mouth. So the lollipop can be like mango flavor
or watermelon.
And they are crazy flavorful. And I also love tamarind pulp because it's salty and a little bit sweet, but not that much. So everything with chile, I'm in.
That chili powder thing sounds like Lick-A-Made Fun Dips when we were 5.
Just dump some tahini in there with the sugar.
Yeah.
You took a giant stick of sugar and stuck it in more sugar that was flavored sugar, and then you licked it off and you ate the piece of sugar.
Those.
God.
One of the great things about the Lick-A-Sticks is that it really felt like something you shouldn't be eating. Like your parents were giving you a little airline bottle of alcohol almost. It's like, why am I being allowed to eat this? And you'd eat the whole bag.
And if you ate, and they came in like 3 pouches in this one chalk like sugar stick.
Okay, can I name one more important candy?
Yes.
So we've been through a lot of goodies, right? We've been through the nerds. We've been through the sour stuff. We've been through Imelda's spicy stuff. Of course, we've done peanut butter and chocolate, the most perfect pairing in the world. And I think this is going to maybe hit not so hard with this group. But what do y'all think about an Almond Joy?
I don't.
Whoa.
Oh, you don't think about it ever?
No.
Yeah, so an Almond Joy is my favorite Halloween candy that my kids will get. And they don't like it, which means that they give it to me, which is a win for me. And so last Halloween, my little one kept asking for the Almond Joys at the house so that she could give them to me. Oh. It was like the most wonderful thing ever. And so for Easter, we haven't yet talked about Big Chocolate Russell Stover.
Oh.
And Russell Stover, Zakaria just made a yuck face.
Like
Russell Stover made a coconut cream covered in dark chocolate, which is essentially a Mounds bar that looks like the Easter Bunny delivered it. And I'm going to ask if you guys will try it.
Yes.
I'll try it, but I feel like they are making those for parents.
I thought this was going to be a huge hit, you guys.
These will pass the RFK test of healthiness. Yes. It's coconut. And it has dark chocolate, so it's pretty healthy.
I'm a firm believer that coconut belongs in 2 things: pina coladas and fried shrimp. After that, I'm out on the coconut.
This is delicious.
I don't like it.
Can I have your sloppy seconds? Thank you.
I think there's a thing with coconut candies that some of us have that's very much like some people have an aversion to cilantro, and I don't want it, and I want it away from me. So have mine too.
But I don't even really taste the coconut in this. It's because it's mixed in with the nougat.
I think it has little pieces of coconut, or am I dreaming?
No, it does.
Or mine is contaminated, maybe.
No, it totally has coconut in it. This is why I was drawn to it. We know I like an Almond Joy, but also I was like, that's good for me.
It's healthy. Coconut chocolate. It's almost salad.
Hand me some more of them nerd clusters. I'm into those.
And that's all the time we have for today. If you had some candy thoughts to share or just happen to be Willy Wonka, please let us know. Just reach out to us at eatdrink@dallasnews.com. For the news, I'm Julie Fisk. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.
Eat, Drink, DFW from the Dallas Morning News is made possible by Central Market.